Yesterday, I wrote the number 69 on my wrist as a joke. Today it's 68, and now it's not washing off. Fate has a hell of a way of working. It started as a dumb joke. Picture me walking home drunk with my friends. So there I was, again, drunk, belt-out show tunes drunk, staggering home when one of my buddies slapped my chest and said, "Hey, look at that." I looked. Thinking now, I don't remember who said it, or even the sound of their voice. I remember a black hoodie, the hood drawn up, the face imperceptible except for a smirk. But I looked and I saw the advertisement winking on a wall of downtown lights. "Hey Ryan, 69 days. Write it down. Don't forget." I giggled the way only a happy 19-year-old with a fake ID could. Weird, that's my name. They passed me a Sharpie and said, "Write it down." It says, "Don't forget." "Dude, who the fuck brings a Sharpie to go drinking?" I said, laughing. And I turned my head. But whoever was there was gone. My roommate Jack asked me, "What's the matter?" I looked back at the sign, and it had changed to advertising some overpriced jeans. But I still held the marker. I don't know why. I was drunk. Please let that be why. I don't know. I asked myself still if I ever had a choice, or if the moment that stranger in the hood spoke, my mind was already clockworked to a single possible end. I uncapped the marker. I wrote the number down, 69. Haha. My friends would call me a stupid asshole later for a middle school level joke, and I followed my friends into the night. Next day, 68. Nice prank, I told Jack that morning at the dining hall, showing him my wrist. Jack scowled at me. He stood in the clothes from last night, sleep rumpled, my own face reflecting back in his aviator sunglasses. He said, "My dude, you gotta stop yelling at me." My head hurts so bad there's like fucking tectonic plate activity in there. I'm talking normally. "Oh my God, that's what I mean. You're shouting." I pat his shoulder and say, "You're gonna have a rough morning because we have biolab in like an hour." "Kill me, dude." I went back to the dorms to take a shower before class, but no matter how hard I scrubbed in the shower, the number didn't fade. My wrist was a bright, angry red, but the number 68 was tattooed fresh. Not a joke, even my drunk asshole of a friend could pull off. I did the only thing I could do. I went to class. I ignored it. I wonder if I had a choice in that too. At least I thought I was lucky, until midnight hit and the door started rattling. When the door didn't budge, the person started knocking with a quiet, consistent urgent. I bolted upright in bed. What was that poem? I was a business major, not English, but it echoed from some long-forgotten English 101 requirement. Something rapping, something gently tapping at my chamber door. That number on my wrist said 0, and I'd never been so certain I was a goner. Like some cheap horror movie, I could picture the Grim Reaper hulked on the other side of the door. "Open up!" the voice hissed. Quick! It was familiar, but not. Like seeing an old friend's reflection in a carnival mirror. I heard a dude from a couple of doors down scoff in the hall. "What's wrong, Ryan? Forgot your key again?" "Shit, I hope not," said the too familiar voice again with a laugh that was my laugh, and I realized it was my voice. "Hopefully Jack's home." He said that pointedly, urgently. I stood up. Everything within me urged, like a low, wordless, biological scream, to open the door. Everything depended upon opening that door right now. There was never a choice. I unlocked the doorknob. I opened the door, standing on the other side of it, out of sight. The me who was not me said, "Oh shit, thanks, Jack." He stepped into the room and slammed the door shut. I blinked at him, at me, a living mirror that was me, stuck out of time. The other me wore a black hoodie and his eyes were stern. "Listen," he said. "I don't have a ton of time to explain. Here's what you need to know. We're in a time knot. Well, more like a time Mobius strip, but we're not exactly math majors, are we?" My skin shivered. I said, "So I really have gone crazy?" "No, time has, mildly. There's a blip in our timeline. A recursion. We're one time data error away from deleting out of existence forever." I stared at myself and he stared back, and I felt the bear trap of time close around me. At some point, we fell out of time for the first time. We went back to that night, we saw the warning, and if we keep going back and keep going back, we'll still exist. How long has this been going on? only for this one small infinity. Time exists all at the same time. We are dead, eventually. But if we don't do this, there will be no more us, dead or alive. I don't get any of this. No, because you're still the first one of us to go back. You'll get it next time you come back here and talk to us. He pulled off the black hoodie and tossed it at me, along with a Sharpie. You'll need these. I just stared at myself. Then, like clockwork, always like clockwork, I put the sweater on. What are you going to do? Stay here like I always do? Other me traced the concern on my face and said, don't worry, time anomalies happen all the time. Most people just aren't the version of themselves who know it yet. My mind spun with first times and always, and I didn't understand. I couldn't. No one ever did. But I saw it when the other me opened the door and it was nothing but black galaxy. When I walked through like a man possessed, and I stepped out into downtown NYC on a cool spring night and see myself staggering drunk with my friends with no idea what was happening. I had no choice. I followed. I saw my own shocked face when I offered my past self the marker, and as the next 69 days ticked past, I understood it all, how time can be future and present and past all at once. All at once, I was born and dead and young and old all at the same time. If you ever get stuck outside of time, you'll see. You can hold it in your palm like a handful of beads, strung together. And I was a little bead, knotted off from the rest, about to get snipped off, if I didn't keep saving myself over and over. Fate, time. The weird clockwork machine of space-time that carries us all forward in an organic algorithm finer than any system man ever made. But there are little bugs now and then in a series of ones and zeros as vast as all of time. Maybe you're a time glitch, just like me. Don't worry. You'll know what to do when it's time. Fate has a way of working these things out.